I got to tell you.
Listen here, y'all. We got Beavis and Butthead. Clowns. I'm talking about like top of the line circus clowns. Like if you aspire to be a circus owner or if you work for Ringling Brothers, hire these two because they like Beavis and Butthead. Listen to their takes. Like Karens, Kens. And you know the Karens and Kens wear the same type of glasses. And I don't know what's wrong with Buddy Mouth and the black. Like his mouth is turned. We'll call him turnt mouth, clown ass Ken. Just listen to how he talk. Listen to how animated he is. He is a damn clown, man. I can slap his face, man. Straight up. He's such a clown in my eyes. Listen to this bullshit.
I liked a lot of what Todd had to say on Tuesday. Okay. But that was the first time I left that building after a coach introduction where I wasn't just like overflowing with optimism. Even Rob Chudzinski, who was like the 12th guy on the list that they wanted to hire, even with Mike Pettin.
Look how animated he is. He like the Jim Carrey of goofy-ass Cleveland media. Okay? One of many clowns. Just look at his take. Look at his glasses. It is funny, man, because they mean what they say, man. Look, Todd Monken is the best thing for Shedeur. We think, for now. It's evidence that he's a winner, come with winning coach, all that. But oh, no, he ain't nothing.
Who was like the 8th guy on their list to hire, okay? Even those press conferences, like, I had a pretty good feel. Like, yeah, okay, this can work. I was talking myself into it. I was not talking myself into anything on Tuesday.
Is that only because you hated all of these candidates all along and like you weren't overly impressed by any one of Monken or Schwartz or Shieldhouse the last time that we had talked, and even the prospect of like Yadinsky wasn't really getting it done for you? So like, is that why you kind of went in with like some preconceived notions about what it was going to be?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty terrible year to need a head coach and leave it to the Browns to need a head coach. By their own choosing.
Yeah, but so did a quarter of the league.
And the guy you fired, the entire league that talked to him, I think the only opening that didn't talk to him was like Arizona. I'm serious. Like, I think Arizona's the only team that didn't talk to Kevin Stefanski.
Well, you know why? They're trying to find their Bruce Arians. You know, why did no...
Now, you know why? Because the good old boys, white racist mayonnaise community stick together. Yes, he's going to have another opportunity because this is the NFL. So his point is, okay, if Stefanski was so bad, right, only if one NFL team did interview him. But from our perspective, which is our community, we know how he treated Shedeur Sanders, the Cleveland Browns, and the NFL. These are facts. Okay? So, come on now. Time and time again, Kevin Stefanski could have slapped some players, went robbed the liquor store, and still got an opportunity. But see, what's going to happen is, once he on round 2, right? He on round 2. And once the evidence come out that the Cleveland Browns, with who they got right now, new head coach, if they roll with Shedeur Sanders, right? Get them some wide receivers. And they do better than Atlanta Hawks. I mean, the Atlanta Falcons. Then what you going to say then? You going to move the goalposts. You're going to make excuses for y'all own kind. That's what y'all do. The difference between the black community and a mayonnaise racist community, I'm not talking about the genuine, beautiful, white people who don't be on no bullshit. I'm talking about the mayonnaise community. The difference is with us and them is if you can't play, we gonna say it. It's no reason for us to say Shedeur Sanders is a damn good player or he's the best or he's this and he's that. We have seen tape. It's tape on him in college, high school, and the NFL. And y'all, every chance you get, you want to minimize that. Boy.
Nobody want to hire him. They're trying to find their Mike Tomlin. Nobody interviewed Mike Tomlin but the Steelers. They're trying to find their diamond in the rough here.
They hired Mike McCarthy. There's no diamond in the rough. They're trying.
No, I'm saying the Browns are.
Gotcha.
The Browns they're trying to find their Mike Tomlin. Because nobody talked to him with his first interview in Pittsburgh.
Because all the Steelers are doing is trying to keep the boat afloat right now,
which is the wrong move. But as Browns 100%.
Fans, they should have let that thing sink to the bottom of the ocean.
Nope, they were bringing back
to the
Aaron
bottom
Rodgers,
of the ocean.
Mike McCarthy, and they will win 9 or 10 games next.
I don't understand what they're going to gain out of that, but that's what they're going to do.
They'll have a winning record to get bounced out of the playoffs in the first round.
Now, let me speed this up a little bit because I ain't finna hold y'all up with Super Bowl Sunday, man.
Convinced that your point about trying to find their next Tomlin or Sean McVay or whatever. First of all, the Browns haven't ever had that. Okay? I think you have to go back to Paul Brown. Marty, okay, good 4 or 5 years in the 80s. Give him his props, right? Bud Carson was a disaster.
Might not like it the same way that the Monken hire was boring. You go in the NFL draft and you address the offensive line. It's not flashy, and you're not going to sell jerseys like you were able to in last year's NFL draft.
Meat and potatoes draft. That's what they need.
With a receiver in there that might not be Cardell Tate. It might not be, because if you need the number 6 overall pick to solve your left tackle, you might not get that flashy wide receiver. You might have to go meat and potatoes, and it might be boring. But you know what? Sometimes boring finds a way to get you 8 or 9 wins. Would you take 8 or 9 wins after what we all just suffered through this year? It'd be growth. It'd be a big step in the right direction. I'd take it. With all the young talent you've got on the defense, get a little bit of young talent on the offense. I like that they kept Harold Fannin Jr.'s position coach around and they promoted him to a wide receivers coach. I like that they're trying to...
See, once they've proven wrong, what they do is they'll say all the bogus shit that they saying, all the disrespectful stuff, without no proof. With the new coach hire, Todd Monken, he have been a success story, period. So, what they want to do is, after they say all the BS, then they'll try to say, well, it's this and it's that. Just listen to Goofy right here in the black.
Marry some of what Monken's past concepts work with this Travis Switzer, the new offensive coordinator, and some of his run concepts that worked in Baltimore with Derrick Henry.
Don't forget Warhop coming in to be the offensive line coach.
And some of his experience, got decades worth of experience coaching offensive lines in this league. So quietly, what they did to hire Monken was seen as unpopular, I'd say, around the National Football League. I do quietly like some of the intricacies of what they're trying to do. I see it. I see what they're trying to do. Now, to me, though, D, the biggest piece here, Andrew Berry, you got to hold up your end of the bargain here. Can't fall in love with some random defensive back that none of us have heard of in the NFL draft. You got to fix this offensive line.
And you got to
fix these wide receivers to
you might as well try out for Dumb and Dumber 19, man.
I will say this. I think that
try out. Did you see how he laughed? Man, try out for Dumb and Dumber 19. Okay? Do that. And this go out to all the content creators who cover Cleveland, even some of the Cleveland media. We got to stop buddying them, man. We got to fry them every time they put this rhetoric out. Because it is MH. It is.
Hire of Monken might be the best thing for Shedeur Sanders. I think that...
Listen to his tape. Just listen.
That, obviously keeping Kevin would have been bad for him, but bringing in Monken, if Todd can get through to Shedeur, because This is just my take on Shedeur's rookie season.
Which is going to be a lie, assumptions. He going to say his perception is inaccurate. I'm talking about just, and the things he finna say. He enjoyed that Shedeur Sanders had to endure that. It's no outrage about Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns choosing Dylan Gabriel over Shedeur Sanders. It's no outrage of none of that. It's no outrage of none of them saying that they chose wrong. It's nothing from nothing. Even you got NFL Hall of Famers. You got Myles Garrett, the captain of the whole damn team. It's no videos of them saying, well, hey, if they, and I've already made a video of this already in several videos. So I don't want nobody to say, man, you biting on somebody's video. I've been did this shit already, okay? But the point I'm trying to make is it's no outrage. And then after this video, because I jumped on it in 29 seconds when it came out. I wasn't even looking. I just sat on the couch. I'm about to get my barbecue going and get ready for a Super Bowl. And I'm seeing these clowns, Beavis and Butthead, Jim Carrey and Buddy and Dumb and Dumber. Just clowns. And we need to cook their ass as a collective community to stop them from doing this shit, man.
Okay. He was asked, he had to be accountable for things that he never had to be accountable for in his football life. He had to do a lot of stuff and learn a lot of stuff that he never had to do before in his football life.
Lies.
He was frustrated by how the offseason program went, by how training camp went and how he was treated and where his role was, and having to catch footballs from the ball boys or throw footballs to ball boys and not wide receivers and a lot of drills and things like that. All very understandable human things, right? Then he's buried on the depth chart at the start of the season. Now, I don't know if the Browns were crystal clear to him that, hey, we're just not playing you. You're going to be a red shirt, so don't take any of this stuff personally. I can't speak to that. But it was clear that that was the plan, right? And then obviously when ownership said in training camp, we need to see both quarterbacks.
See, the thing is, no matter how good someone is, and we talking about white and black now, you know they're going to choose their people. Okay? No matter if Dylan Gabriel is a nice young man, he is not a better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders. And he will never be, okay? Ever. I'm comfortable with saying that. Just how y'all comfortable with spitting y'all rhetoric, me too. Because the tape is out there. You put Shedeur Sanders at Oregon, they winning it all. Like, Shedeur Sanders sacrificed his college career for family. That's loyalty. Do that mean anything to you guys? He didn't have to do that. He's sticking with family. Key word, sticking. Pause. But Buddy or Goofy.
And at some point we were going to see Shedeur Sanders, but how prepared for that moment was he going to be? Frankly, I don't think he was prepared for it. I think that once it started to crystallize that he was going to get the opportunity, he started to cram for the test. And he really started to take it seriously and put in the extra work and the time. And
okay, Shedeur Sanders was throwing to equipment managers and he was throwing to equipment managers and water boys and all that. He was going to the college, throwing to the high school teams, putting in extra work. Everybody knows this. But he gonna put the narrative out there that once he knew he was gonna be in the starting lineup, then he started to take it seriously when he didn't get no first team reps. None of that. And he still showed his ASS when it comes to performance. But let Goofy tell it.
And do the little things. Because, listen, I didn't hear any teammates complaining about him I really didn't. Like, I'm going to tell you right now.
And see, that's why he going to straddle the fence. After he gave that bogus ass take, now he going to go with this here now. We have to stop them, YouTube community. All Shedeur Sanders protectors, aunties, and uncles, we have to cook them. Don't let this be the only video that is out there to cook them. We have to hold they beavers and butthead asses accountable, okay? Fake Jim Carrey.
There are a lot of quarterbacks that come through, teammates complain about the quarterback, not knowing stuff. And even if Shedeur didn't know stuff, wasn't a complaint.
I do think guys genuinely liked him
100%.
and having him around. Like, he's an infectious personality.
100%, okay? And so now, hopefully, since he went through this year, he knows, hey, got to know the playbook frontwards and backwards. I got to be the first one into the team meeting room. I need to be one of the first people into the building every day. I need to be one of the last people to leave the building.
Yeah, but wasn't he though? Like, didn't we hear all those? He almost hurt himself in the preseason because he was throwing so many footballs in their hungry dog period.
Right. You don't need to.
And see, they know facts. See, they know this, but he will still put out the false narrative that Shedeur Sanders wasn't doing that. He been doing that since he was a puppy. Because he has a father. And I want to, I could say a lot, man, but I'm just going to let these clowns do what they do.
Going over to a high school or B-dub or, just do it at the facility. Just do your work at the facility, okay? Even if you're doing it for the gram, do it at the facility so that the organization sees you doing the stuff, right?
Such disrespect.
And the raw ability that he has, the escapability, extending the plays, all those things, right, suits Todd Monken to a T. And so Monken...
Well, I thought he didn't have that. Raw talent, escapability. Y'all said all these different things and put all these narratives out there. And that's what they do. They're going to straddle the fence. So once Shedeur is successful with the Browns, then they'll be able to come back and look at the tape and say, well, we said this if it was that. And it was this. I really did say we really do roll with Shedeur Sanders. No, you don't. And we're going to cook y'all goofy ass every time. I know I am. I don't know about the rest of these folks.
Might have been the best thing to happen to him. We'll see. But I do kind of feel like that's got the opportunity to help Shedeur in his sophomore season. And it's even before they hired Todd. But I really think that the best path forward here in 2026 is let's see if Shedeur can do this thing. And if he can't, well, you're going to be in position to go ahead and find someone who can in 2027. I got to tell you,